Hello, Steve White 89. Well, this is disappointing. Now, I love Scream. I saw the original films, the first four, no, first three, and then the fourth one, but I haven't seen the fifth one. And I hear they're doing a sixth one, and I was kind of excited. Now, spoilers, Sidney Prescott obviously lived because she was supposed to be in the sixth film, but basically they didn't offer her enough money. Now, she is the main character. She's Sidney Prescott, for frack's sake. She's been the sort of lead for the series for 25 years, but yet they don't think she's valuable enough to pay. And she said in a statement that she won't be returning, that she wasn't offered enough money, and she has had to work very hard to establish her value as a female in the industry, and she basically won't take a small payday. And I don't blame her for that, and I'm really shocked that they didn't just throw whatever money at her needed to be thrown. That's what you do with the star of your series. It's like, if they didn't want William Shatner in Star Trek, I mean, what would have happened? You just pay them what they want, or you don't make the show. So the idea of Scream 6 without Sidney Prescott, I can't see myself even watching it. Especially since apparently Hayden Panettiere, or whatever her name is apparently going to be kind of the main character now. I hope Courtney Cox and David Arquette don't come back, because they really should just stay loyal to Sydney, and so that's really disappointing, and it just feels like a repeat of what happened, just horror movie wise, franchise wise, to Danielle Harris in Halloween 4 and 5. She was in Halloween 4 and 5 because the first two starred Jamie Lee Curtis. The third film was like a weird sort of, supposed to be the first in an anthology series. It didn't work. They went back to Michael in the fourth film, and they had Danielle Harris as the daughter of Jamie Lee Curtis. And she was in the fourth film, she was great. She was in the fifth film, she was great, although her character was mute for most of the film, which didn't work very well. But she was really great, and the films were really good, and she sort of became the new star of the series, and she was wanting to come back for the sixth film. But they didn't want to use her because she wasn't 18 yet, and they wouldn't be able to work her, full hours, because, under 18 she would have been a child, so she would only be able to work certain hours. So they just started to recast her because they just had no sense of her value to the fans, to the franchise, and what the character meant to her, and her to be playing the character. And they just wrote the character into a small role that got killed, and they got another actress to play her. Now, she did lobby for the role, and she, like I said, she didn't understand why they were looking for someone else. And she came in and basically, I think she offered to do it for scale and everything. And they said, look, it's your age. We need you to work, like an adult. You can't do it. So she actually paid $3,000 or $4,000 to lawyers to have herself emancipated from her parents so she could be considered an adult and do the film. And then they offered her less than what she paid to become emancipated to do the film. And just for the sake of her own dignity, she couldn't accept that low amount of money. And they basically told her, someone, apparently, allegedly from the studio, basically told her, you're not that important. You're not worth that much money. So that level of that disrespect and the money. I mean, I think I would have swallowed my pride and done it just for the fans and just to maintain the integrity of the character. But she obviously didn't want to do that, so she didn't come back. She appeared in the Rob Zombie films, but they were awful. But she almost makes it worth watching them. Not that I have in about 5 years. I watch the Halloween films every year. But so this just really is a repeat of studios not valuing women, not valuing the main characters, the heroines, the final girl. I mean, it's kind of unfathomable that they could do this, that they would not just pay her whatever they have to have her come back, because she's the star of the film. She's Sidney Prescott. It's just the mentality of these people producing these films who think that they can just, they have a brand and they think they can just churn out whatever and people will just come and they won't care about whether it actually is what people want or what they expect or what it should be, or if they do something like ditch one of the main stars just because they don't want to pay the money for them when they've been doing the films for 25 years, and it's their sixth one and they should be getting a lot of money, because obviously the films keep making money and they won't do it without her. So I think just straight to streaming for this. Who cares? I mean, if she's gone and the other actors don't show up, because I've got a feeling Courtney and that won't show up if she's not in it. Unless they're already contracted and they're already signed, I don't know. I hope they don't do it. And then it can just be a cheap little sequel with, you know, the new characters from the last film who are all sort of secondary characters, sort of trying to, you know, hold the whole show together, and I can just skip it. I'm not impressed. So yeah, I just had to talk about that for a minute because it really bothered me. But I hope it doesn't stop me from enjoying part 5 now, knowing all this. I wish I'd seen 5 before all this happened. And I could have left the cinema thinking that we're going to do a 6 with Neve Campbell coming back as Sidney Prescott. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.